The rising prices is a big issue. How are your members dealing with it?
Raw material costs really have increased tremendously. Steel bars, for example, have gone up by almost 50%. Even chicken eggs, Jeremy may want to confirm this, have gone up by more than 30%. Logistic costs have also jumped between 50 to 200%. Then on the other hand, with the government telling SMEs not to increase our prices and urging the enforcement agencies, to use the word, harass SMEs who are increasing their prices, passing it off to consumers just to cope with these rising costs. I think the crux of the problem is this. Our SMEs already have very slim margins. If you take a MNC producing exactly the same product, you'll find that the MNC have a far stronger margin because of the branding premium and also economy of scale. So with this slim margin, sometimes it's as little as single digit. Even a small increment in cost would mean the business could be losing money. So if you ask me, there's really no quick solution to this problem. The only way is really in the short term to pass this cost to the consumers. On a longer horizon, of course, we can talk about digitalization, we can talk about automation, how do we protect our margins and so on and so forth.
Cooking oil has increased anywhere from 150 to 300%. The chicken shortage then means that most of the operators actually have to import our poultry, and the chicken prices actually fluctuate on a weekly basis. So it can fluctuate up to 3 times a week. So the day you put in your PO to the day that you actually make the order, the price difference could be anywhere from 1 ringgit 50 cent to 3 ringgit per kilo. So it's fine and dandy if you order only 5-10 kilos, but it will be really painful if you order 4-5 tons a week. I think similar to what Datuk was saying, a lot of the operators within the F&B industry do not wish to burden the consumers further. We really don't want to increase our prices and create a scare, and eventually people turn away from dining out. We've been suffering in the past 2.5 years not being able to serve people within our premises, and now is the time for us to really go back to what we do best. The issue is now consumers need to understand that if there is any kind of pricing adjustments within your favorite restaurant or your favorite menu, many a times it's not a profiteering exercise, many a times it's a survival exercise. We're going to burn.
If at all we are to reintroduce a GST, and again we're supportive of that, there are a few things that we do hope that the government can be mindful of. One, of course, is the rate. You have mentioned that let's start with something a bit on the lower end of the single digit. 3-4% is probably make a lot more sense than immediately reintroducing 6% is what happened last time. Secondly, I think we really should commit to no flip-flops. Now, the last time we said, okay, we went from SST to GST, and then from GST, we went back to SST, and now we have to go back to GST. SMEs and many SMEs are going to start reinvesting again into the system, into people, into processes and so on, just to accommodate the new system. We cannot afford for another flip-flop. And then thirdly, I think one of the biggest challenges that we faced the last time round was really the refund, when you offset the input tax. The refund took almost forever. Some reported as long as a year and a half for the refund to come back. I think this time around, we really should have a stronger timeline, stronger process in place so that SMEs can claim what they are owed as soon as possible. As for my wish of what we can do, really is for the government departments, government agencies to continue to facilitate rather than frustrate the businesses. Provide assistance. Don't come up with new rules, new ideas that's going to cause more burden for businesses in the name of the rakyat and so on. Don't use the rakyat as an excuse to find excuses to charge the SMEs more and to find more things for the businesses to do. I think that's what we are asking for.
Jeremy, last word belongs to you. What's your budget 2023 wish list?
I think all I actually ask for is stability in the market. It's not even a budget 2023 wish list. It's really to ensure that there's policies that comes from level-headedness, engage with the industry, engage with businesses, understand what we need, and come up with policies that are actually helpful and not detriment.